Hi, this is Ben. We're back on DMV Muay Thai. We're just about 1 week out from the official MTAAC 3 event. Today I am joined by my guest, Nikhil Swamy, fighting out of Tag Muay Thai with the cool tag shirt, some of the best shirts in the DMV. There you go. Welcome, Nikhil. Thanks for being on.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate this.
Of course, of course. Happy to have you. I just noticed you sound just a little quiet. Is there any way you could either move closer or just speak up or something?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. So, please just introduce yourself. I mentioned your name. Tell me a little bit about, how this matchup came up for you, and a little bit about training at your gym at Tag Muay Thai.
So, my name's Nikhil. I've been training Muay Thai for about 3 to 4 years now, but competing really for 2 years. So I
Mhm.
started with the MDLs that you guys have been organizing for a while now. I did about 2 or 3 MDLs, then smoker fights. Now I had done my first MTAC card back in May, my first sanctioned bout. Now here I'm making my debut for my second fight. I'm extremely excited. Training's been tough, I'm not gonna lie. The
Yeah,
training camp's been long. I think since September, my coach Crew a Boy, he's been at it with me for a long time now, since September, but we've made a lot of strides. I feel very happy with my training so far.
yeah, very cool. Yeah, you mentioned you were on the event in May, right? So,
Yes.
um, and that being your debut fight, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, how did that kind of help inform you on moving forward for this event? Have you kind of adapted your training? Have you worked on, some specific skills that you noticed during that fight, or how has that kind of helped you progress into this next
Yeah.
training camp?
The big thing for me, that the first fight I had was with this guy. He was really strong, McQuan Wilkins from the House of Muay Thai.
Oh yeah,
Very
I remember.
strong pressure fighter. He was moving forward basically the whole time. So I had to really, for this fight, we were going to focus on the distance. We're going to distance manage the whole time so I can get really good at being able to understand what's my longer range, shorter range, and being able to adapt on the fly. So I think that first fight, that type of pressure, it gave me a good understanding of, okay, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be, right in my face, right? They're going to go right at me. So
Uh-huh.
I got to be ready for it no matter what.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, it's bringing some flashbacks of the fight, and I kind of remember little moments in there where you were really good at like striking from range
Hmm.
with your length, and yeah, it seemed like there was a couple times where maybe he surprised you a little bit by kind of staying in your face.
Yeah, his
But
power was his power was crazy. He had some really good power.
you showed some great you know um, adaptability in the fight as you kind of figured out how to adapt to that situation. So yeah.
Thank you.
Um, and you said you've been training at your gym for what, like, did you say 4 years?
About Yeah, about 4 years now, but competing for about 2 years.
Okay.
This is my
So
first ever martial art, anything really that I've taken serious. So
cool.
to get to this point now, I'm very proud of myself, to be
Yeah, no,
honest with
that is quite an accomplishment, especially like you said, not having a background in combat sports. Um, so just talk a little bit about your time training there at your gym, how you like working with your coaches, your teammates. You guys are well known in the DMV for hosting a lot of the big name seminars. I've
you.
been
Yes.
a number of times.
Hmm.
So just talk a little bit about that, your training there.
Well, my coach, like I mentioned, Chris Crew Boy, extremely knowledgeable guy. When I work with him, it's very technical. He wants to make sure my brain is flowing, which for me, I'm very like hard nosed. I just like to go forward, hit. I like just to grind it out. But he's gonna push me mentally to think more about the fight, about certain scenarios, about how I can actually grow as a fighter rather than just grow conditioning and strength wise.
Hmm.
So my team that I have there, we have some good guys that are been training for I've been training with me for a while. I think like 2 to 3 years now. We've had like the same core group there, and
Hmm.
they're also trying to get their foot in the door in the sanctioned bouts
Uh-huh.
into competing. But they're good. A lot of different body types. So when I'm clinching, he's gonna give me the biggest guys in the gym to clinch with and just work me down. But it's all very technical with him. heavy clinch, heavy with the pads, but with the purpose of actually being able to understand
Yeah.
distance manage and then being able to funnel using the ring that we have there. Which like you guys have seen our setup there.
Yeah.
We're fortunate enough to have a ring in our gym, so it's
Yeah.
a huge plus in our training to be able to simulate these kind of scenarios, having a ring, funneling, using the corners or ropes. It helps a lot with our training, I feel.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And yeah, that's great to have. There's a handful of gyms around that have the ring, and a lot of them don't. And so,
Mhm.
you can work without it, but yeah, there's nothing quite like, that experience of, you know, working in and out of the corners and up against the ropes, because
Mhm.
that's something that's just kind of you're only going to uniquely experience in the fight, or unless you have the benefit of training in the ring in your gym. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Um, let's see. Oh, and you mentioned like some other teammates that you have that are kind of up and coming, and I always see you guys, at the MDLs.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, that's good. And you've done some MDLs too, right? So that's kind of
Yes.
been a
Yep.
part of your experience in getting to this moment, right?
Yeah. Like honestly, the MDLs have helped a lot because we get so many different skills, so many different people there that I can actually judge and see, okay, this is where I'm at before I go into my next fight. Okay, this is what I have to improve on. So it's a really good tool, and we really push the guys to just go for it, see where you're at, just at least just get in there, get some live experience with someone that isn't from our own gym.
Right on. Any thoughts on your opponent or this matchup? Obviously, you guys are both kind of, new up and comers, so there's not
Mhm.
like a lot to study or anything, but just any thoughts on the matchup in general?
Well, I'm excited, I know his gym because I had done a smoker with someone else from his gym, I
Hmm.
think last year. So I'm familiar with their gym. I know they train really hard. They're actually really close to us in the area too. I'm in Ashburn, Virginia, so they're also right around the corner from Tag as well. So not a lot I know about the opponent, but I know that they train really hard there, that
Hmm.
they're going to be strong. So it's the same mindset I had going with my first fight with McQuan. It's just I have to be at my best, at my peak, and just focus on distance and staying coordinated.
Yeah, great concepts there. You mentioned that Muay Thai is kind of your first and only combat sport. What first got
Mhm.
you interested or got you in the gym to get started with it?
Well, my friend that I knew at the time, like he had been trying to push me to try jujitsu because we were watching UFC, we were getting into the UFC fights. I was like,
Uh,
okay, I'm interested, I like it, but when we saw this message from Tag Muay Thai, because we had put out some flyers, like we were gonna see, okay, let's see where we're gonna go, because this was during COVID, kind of around the end of it, so
mhm.
a lot of places were reopening and all that, and fortunately they reached out to us for a trial class, so I said, okay, let's try it, let's see how it goes, and like from that trial class since, I've just stuck with it ever since.
Very cool. Is there anybody in the gym or just in general in the community that inspires you to train and compete?
Uh, Honestly, my
Uh,
coach inspires me to
yeah,
train and compete. He gets the most out of me. He pushes me. I help with the kids class there a lot. I've taken over the kids class to really kind of push them into a competing mindset. So we have like each MDL 5 or 6 kids at a time competing. At
yeah.
first they were kind of nervous with it, but now they're competing with it. But I feel my coach has really pushed me to have that kind of confidence and have that trust in me to be able to go to other people and say, hey, you can also compete as well. I'm doing it. I can show you how to do it. I can
Mhm.
help you too. I have this experience. So I'd say my coach, I have this other guy at my gym. His name is AB. He's also on this path of trying to compete and get better, but it's tough to stay on the straight path, stay consistent, especially when we're trying to work, do school, and everything like
Yeah,
that. So it keeps me very humble that there's always something I'm reaching for, and
yeah.
especially with having other like-minded people like that as well. It's a good feeling to go into the gym, have a lot of guys with the same mindset of we're gonna compete, work hard to one goal, just to get better.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's cool that you that's why I always see you at the MDLs, because you're leading a group of, I guess, other youth and other competitors from your gym. So
Hmm.
that's really neat that you get to kind of be a spark to kind of inspire them, right? Like I was asking you about who inspires you, but I'm sure you're an inspiration for a lot of those students as well. So
I hope so. I
yeah.
mean, what I say to them is, I just started the sport. I haven't been doing this since I was a kid. I haven't been even doing martial arts since I was a kid. But I pushed myself a lot to really get to this point of being able to actually do sanctioned fights. 3 years ago, I would have never thought I could do a sanctioned fight, but here I am doing my second one, MTAAC number 3 for you guys, MTAAC number 2 for me, and it's just perseverance, I feel.
Yeah. Um, what's been the biggest challenge you faced so far in this kind of, new journey you're on?
I think the consistency with being conditioned so that my coach doesn't have to worry about my conditioning. That's the big thing. When I'm hitting pads with him, he wants me to be able to go and not have to even worry if I'm conditioned or not. But in order to get to that point, finding times after work, before work, during lunch or
Yeah.
breaks if I have it, just to run, do sprints, jump rope, all of that, just to get as much in before I train to show him that okay, I have this conditioning, I have this foundation that you don't have to worry about me being conditioned in the
Yeah.
fight. That I think has been the tough part for it, honestly. And also the mental struggles of
Yeah.
being able to learn more, adapt, being able to take the criticism, not moving enough. You have to be able to take it. Okay, I gotta fix this, fix this, fix this.
Yeah.
But honestly, the path that my coach and I have been going on, and I think it's been very beneficial. He trains me very hard. Don't get me wrong. He really trains me really hard, but
Yeah.
I'm able to take a lot in.
Good. Yeah, and I think, that's a balance that every fighter kind of has to battle with, if you will,
Mhm.
to work on, all the elements, the conditioning along with the skills training and sparring and everything else that goes along with that. So I don't think you're alone in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, learning to balance it all, right, as you go. Um,
Of course.
you mentioned before we started that I guess you have a government job and you're dealing with this furlough and stuff, and you have to kind of
Yeah.
work around your train around your work schedule and stuff. How is it with you don't have to get too much into it, but how is that affecting you?
Oh, it's tough. Well, my project is we ship munitions and like supplies to mainly it's military overseas,
Uh-huh.
diplomatic patch and mail. But with all of the shutdowns and all these people furloughed or they're now going in because they don't want to do back pay, we're like, okay, we have to react fast. So I'll be getting like the messages while I'm training. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to even deal with anything when I'm at training. I just want to be focused on this. But it's okay. I work with the schedule I have. Usually, since I'm in a cut anyway for the fight, my lunch break is half of it is just jump rope or a nap in like a small sandwich.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's just finding the time whenever I can. I have to get creative with this time, but I do try to find the time whenever I can, even at work. But everyone at work too, they also know I fight, so
Oh,
they
that's
they
good.
they kind of like help me out as we get closer to the fight day. They're like, okay, we'll try to like just leave you alone a little bit.
That's good that you have the supportive work environment there.
Yeah, it's nice.
What's been your favorite guest that has been hosted there at Tag Muay Thai for a seminar?
Oh, there's been a lot of good ones. Tarwan Chai was awesome. Tarwan Chai was really awesome. That guy was amazing. But honestly, I have his picture here. Uh, I don't know if you can
It's blurring
see
it.
it.
Yeah, if you bring it closer to the camera, it should work. Uh, no,
Um,
it's blurred. Oh, Buakau.
There.
Buakiao.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Jaleel.
Uh-huh.
Jaleel. He's brought him over. Maybe this was his third time bringing him over, and every time we've learned so much from him. He's been such a great guy to have at the gym. Super authentic, genuine guy.
Yes.
I've loved Jaleel coming over. He's shown us a lot, and he's been nice enough to also work with the fighters at the gym as well. So
Mhm.
huge props to my coach for bringing him at like 3 times is also crazy, but each time he's taught us so much. I'd say Bukel.
Yeah, I can sign off on that. He's a great, not only a great fighter, but a great teacher. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, I
Absolutely.
was uh, honored to be able to attend two of those seminars. So yeah, he's really good.
He's great.
Yeah,
He's great. Talonchai was awesome too. I mean, that's a great fighter
yeah,
to see in person.
yeah. Tons of them. Well, listen, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I'm glad we got to connect here just about 1 week before fight day. Wish you the
Hmm.
best in your training,
Thank you.
and looking
Thank
forward
you.
to watching you perform. Anything else you want to mention or shout outs before we close it out?
Oh, shout out to my gym, Tag Muay Thai. They've got me here this far. And shout out to you guys for hosting this event. We appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to fight again on your card again. It means a lot to me, and I'm just excited to start. I can't wait. Every day I've been like, oh man, I just can't wait for fight day. So thank you guys for hosting this event. I appreciate it. My gym appreciates it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a big thing for the whole community, and we're happy to be a part of it. So again, thank you again, and have a great fight week. Almost time. See
Thank
you
you.
next week.
See you next week. Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care, Nikhil.